Hi guys, this is Starcraft and welcome to another series of Starcraft English commentary. We're going to be watching another private English commentary that you're going to be witnessing if you are one of my supporters. So that's right, if you're one of my supporters, you can get to watch this video a little bit earlier than the others. And you can support me in 3 ways. To get that privilege, you can buy me instant coffee, you can patronize me, or you can join one of the YouTube subscription plans. So all of the 3 plans or the 3 options are available in the video description. Take a look at that. And so if you become one of my supporters, what you get is early access to these kind of guaranteed to be awesome Starcraft games. These games are guaranteed to be epic, handpicked by me. Of course, I haven't seen the games, I don't know the results, but I know they're going to be epic, so please trust my instinct on that. The games will have ads free, so there's not going to be any YouTube ads on the private games, and you will get other perks as well. So if you feel like buying me a coffee today, please go ahead and check out the links in the video description. Anyways, let's take a look at this game. It looks like it's going to be another continuation of the frenzy of Shuttle here. So Shuttle is one of everyone's favorite players nowadays, and it's going to be another fetish on the map Troy. So Troy SC is one of my favorite maps. It's one of the new maps on the ASL Season 17. Very wacky stuff happening on this map because you have these simulators that can get destroyed. So you can box yourself in, you can box your enemy in, you can kind of create a lot of hilarious situations. But we haven't seen a lot of PvP on this map, so that is something that I'm going to be looking forward to. This is going to be one of the games of DPL 2024. Yeah, so this is not the ace match, it's a very normal game in the middle of the DPL series for one of the days, and it's gonna be Shuttle at the bottom left corner of the screen in the yellow color, and it's gonna be Snow at the top right corner of the screen in the green color. So spawning cross spawning positions for both of the players. Looks like they can be cross scouting as well and meeting the opponent's workers right in the middle of the map, so the players are going to be able to adjust their builds accordingly, I think. And on these kind of maps where you have the natural on the same level as your main, and then you have a very wide ramp going down to the rest of the map, you would likely have a very fast expansion for both of the players. What I mean is they're going to be producing some zealots, and then before they take the gas, they're going to be taking the expansion. So that is going to be the key feature of this map. And let's see which player is going to be able to take the Nexus. So it looks like if you look at the mineral count, so it looks like Snow is going to be saving up some of the minerals for an expansion here. We are only at the 2nd minute and 49 seconds of the game. 3 Zealot coming out for Snow. He's going to be applying a little bit of pressure. It looks like it's going to be Shuttle who takes gas first. So he's going to be taking his own simulator and going for core. And that means that he's going to be having a little bit of a military advantage. But can he kind of make use of that advantage? Because it looks like Snow is going to expand first, and he expands right in the face of the scouting probe from Shuttle. So Shuttle knows exactly what to do to kind of adjust his build. Whereas Snow doesn't know what Shuttle has. Shuttle could have gone for very fast Dune and then Dark Templars, or he could have just gone for what he's doing right now, which is fast Robo and Reavers. Or another choice could have been like quadruple gateways, a very old build that we often see in the old days, but not anymore. But it looks like it's going to be fast Shuttle and Reavers, and Lizella's going to try to get inside of Shuttle's base here and try to gather some information and inflict a bit of damage. Let's see if Snow's going to have any luck with that. Looks like he's going to be creating a small concave of Zealots outside of Shuttle's expansion, and let's see if Shuttle's going to be able to break free. We need to take a look at that area at the bottom left corner of the screen. And it looks to me like we have a small move out from the bottom left corner of the screen. Looks like the Dragoons start to kick out here, and he starts to attack the Zealots and chase them all away. We have 2 Dragoons chasing 3 Zealots. The probes also running for their lives, and these Zealots, we need to buy as much time as possible and wait for the... Okay, looks like the core and the forge are both coming up for Snow, so he's going to be having the support of the cannons and Dragoons in a few seconds here. Looks like the Dragoons from Shuttle is going to try to take out the damage. Zealots with some of the Dragoons have been damaged as well, so Shuttle needs to be very careful to keep both of the Dragoons alive and wait for reinforcement. Yeah, that's right, we do have reinforcement from the back here. It's going to be an additional pair of Dragoons, and these 2 Dragoons from Shuttle is going to be able to take out the last of the Zealot, and they're going to be going in the back, chasing that probe away. Yeah, he's got a lot of time, Shuttle. He doesn't want to just rush towards his enemy's expansion. He knows that he can just wait for his reinforcement Dragoons. So for now, Shuttle's going to be having 4 Dragoons whereas what's his face, Snow's got 3 Zealot, and he's gonna be coming up with some cannons and dragoons from Shuttle trying to snipe the cannon. It takes a couple of shots, it even takes a probe out, but it's not gonna be enough firepower to take out any cannons, and the reinforcement dragoons from Snow is here, and so the game is gonna stabilize a little bit for both the players with the 2 cannons coming up from Snow. If you look at the supply right now, looks like Snow's got around 39 supply and Shadow's got around 45. So Shadow's got a higher supply count because he's got a lot of fighting units, dragoons, and possibly Shadow, and not his name, but like the actual unit being made right now. Looks like 4 more dragoons coming out for Shadow if you look at the minimap, for a total of 8. And it's gonna be fighting. He's gonna be fighting against 2 dragoons, 3 Zealot, and 2 cannons. So the fight is quite close. But I think for the time being, Snow doesn't have dragoon with range. I don't think it's finished upgrading. It might finish upgrade in a few seconds. So let's see. Let's see if Shuttle's gonna try to engage before the arrival of the Reaver. That's gonna be the question on everyone's mind. Looks like we have just a small container with the dragoons from the low ground, and we do have the Shuttle start to fly out now. So it's gonna be 12 dragoons from Shuttle and Shuttle and the Reaver versus 4 dragoons, 2 cannons, and 3 Zealot. The battle is gonna start in a few seconds. We're at the 6th minute and 30th second of the game, and it looks to be like it's quite even. But micro is gonna be what kind of determines the outcome of this battle here. Looks like Shuttle is in possession with this Reaver. Looks like Snow trying to come out to do a dive, but it was not successful. He was able to take only 1 shot at that Shadow and not even damaging the Reaver. The Reaver starts to move forward though. Very nice for Shadow to dive another shot. He's gonna start to attack and chip away Snow's units from the low ground here. Nice Reaver shot to damage the cannon and attack also some of the dragoons, and the first cannon is fallen. And looks like Shadow's gonna try to get on the high ground. Surround from the high ground from our friend Snow here, Jon Snow, King of the North, and he's forced to retreat and just cancel everything and go inside his main. I don't know if this is gonna be a mistake or not, but anyways, looks like it's gonna be boxing. He's got a lot of gateway. I think a total of 5 or 6 gateway. What is Shadow doing? I think it's gonna be better for him to kind of go back and hold from outside. He's gonna pick up the Reavers and try to do some damage. Some of the dragoons is not yet engaging. They're kind of outside attacking the Nexus. I don't really like that. If Shadow were to cross this impasse, he needs to move the rest of his dragoons inside, and he's gonna try to do that just now. He's moving some of his dragoons inside. So we have 2 dragoons, 3 Zealot attacking this small group of dragoons, and then other dragoons from Shadow's gonna be attacking the gateway here. But it looks like Shadow is kind of losing steam. He's gonna retreat the rest of the dragoons. He's gonna try to go out. Yeah, it looks like he's gonna try to go out and destroy the simulators. So like I told you before, one of the major features of this map is the simulators. And if you can destroy both of the simulators, and none of the units of your enemies can get out. Shadow is gonna try to do exactly just that, and Snow knows the dangers to start to come out with the rest of the dragoons, and he pushes Shadow back, and Snow is holding. He holds the ground for the time being, but looks like the pressure from Shadow is not yet over. If you look at the supply right now, Snow is 50 and Shadow is 52, so very balanced, but we still have a reinforcing Reaver. That Reaver is going to attack the Zealot, and Snow's decided to go back inside his main. Once again, he's not able to take that much firepower from that Reaver. And this Nexus is going to be going down. Let's see if Snow is going to, Shadow's going to expand himself. He needs to expand as well, and Shadow is gonna close out the gates. He's gonna take out the simulators, where Snow is gonna try to go for his own version of Shadow and Reaver. The first of the simulators has been destroyed. Alright, this is a decisive advantage, I think, going to Shadow, because Snow will need to now fly his units out one by one. What can he do? Is he gonna go for the harassment? Looks like he's not. He's gonna land one of the Zealot, one of the probe, and takes this hidden base here at the 1230 position, and he's gonna send 3 Zealot to the traffic location. This is a very nice move. It looks like Shadow is dead to intercept. He sees the 4 Zealot and the Shadow. So Shadow's gonna try to kind of react here, but he's a little bit too slow, and he loses his dragoons. Mind you, both of the players are very slow in APM. They're usually in the 250 to 280 APM range, whereas some players like Bisu would be in the high 400, and a player like Effort might be up to 500. Of course, Effort is a Zerg player, so it's a kind of a different mentality there, different play style. But anyways, we have a squadron of 4 Zealot trying to create some diversion tactics at the 9 o'clock position, but I think Snow would not be able to do anything, to do any kind of damage. And Shuttle's kind of patrolling the area. He wants to make sure that normal units can fly in and out, but during this time it looks like Snow is allowed to expand and go for probe transfer towards the 1 o'clock 12:30 position. This is very interesting that Shuttle is allowing his enemy to do that. I know that Shuttle's got what does he have? He's got some Shuttle and Reavers, but he's not using them to really take out that base or do any kind of economic damage. Looks like Snow is allowed to keep one of his assimilators, so that means only Zealots can get out, not Dragoons. And it looks like Snow has gone for Reaver and Shuttle with speed, so he's gonna be the king of Shuttle, not the player named Shuttle. It's gonna be Snow, the king in the north, who's gonna be the king of Reaver in the next few minutes here. Yeah, it looks like Shuttle's playing very cautiously. He knows he's ahead because any kind of army movement by Snow will need to be done by air. And so for the timing, it's gonna be our main man here. Shuttle with advantage. We're at the 11th minute and 6 seconds of the game. Looks like small forces by Shuttle start to get destroyed here by the double Reaver, and Snow is gonna regain this high ground. This is gonna be a problem for Shuttle if Snow can kind of get out once again and clears up, but looks like some Dragoons gonna be chasing the Shuttle and the Reavers of Snow back inside the homes here, and the game is gonna stabilize a little bit. If you look at the supply now, Snow is 80, Shuttle is both of the players are around 84-85 mark, so very close encounters by these players. And double Shuttle with speed coming out from our friend Snow. He is gonna try to land forces. This is like the landing of Dunkirk or something like that, or maybe Normandy Beach back in World War II, where the Allies started to land forces one by one on a very small area, coastal area on the northern part of France. Looks like Shuttle is gonna be on the low ground, though he has double Reaver. His enemy also has Reavers. Which player is gonna be able to win? Looks like Snow's got the high ground advantage, so Snow pushes Shuttle back with his double Reaver. This is a huge problem for Shuttle, and if he lets his enemy take this high ground, then Snow is going to be able to create another base and start to really solidify that area with some pylon and Dragoons in the later stage of the game. But for the time being, excellent Reaver control by Shuttle, and he pushes the rest of Snow's forces back, and Snow only has one Shuttle with a Reaver. He needs to use another Shuttle to ferry Dragoons out, and that's his problem, man. And now these two Reavers from Shuttle will destroy the last of the Dragoons, and that's gonna force the rest of Snow's forces back. I think looks like Snow's trying to hold this area from behind the mineral patch, and that's a good idea, but the rest of the Dragoons from Snow have been exterminated, and that's gonna be the end of his heroic landing on Normandy Beach. He's gonna need to try again. I need to kind of talk with Commander Churchill and find another opening somewhere on the coastal area of France. Do it. Looks like double Shuttle and Reaver comes out to take out this small scouting Dragoon to the 12 o'clock position, and that's gonna be able to clear the path for more landing later. Yeah, this is exactly like World War II, man, with a lot of just a lot of forces from both of the players who kind of have to maneuver out in and out of very critical and strategic locations. Yeah, more forces get landed by Snow. He's gonna slowly come out. He takes another base at the top position. I mean, what? How the heck does Shuttle allow his enemy who's boxing to take these kind of island bases? If you look at the supply right now, Snow is 107, Shuttle is 111, so Shuttle's got more supply, but his supplies are mainly just forces. Anyways, we have a triple Shuttle drop here at the top 30 position. A lot of Reaver, a total of 4 Reavers. He's going to be able to take out so many probes. Very nice for Snow to snipe one of the Reavers, but the other Reavers are still alive, and he's even got a Zealot in the mix, and so many probes are going to be dying. So this base is kind of toasted here, but more reinforcement coming from Snow. I think he's going to be able to save this base, but a lot of economic damage and lost mining time was induced there by Shuttle to our main man Snow during that attack. Anyways, he's got another base going up at 12 o'clock position, Snow, so he's going to be feeling just fine, but we need to hold these bases at all costs here. Looks like Shuttle's gonna try to come out here and do something, but he's not able to do any kind of attacks because the signatures were destroyed, I think, by himself. In the previous minutes of the game, we're at the 15-minute and 32 second of the game, and looks like Shuttle's gonna go for an expansion at the top left on the screen. So very islandish, maneuver by both of these players, just treating this map like an island map, which it's rightly so. And finally, Snow's gonna transfer the probes to his brand new base at the top position. So 3 base Protoss versus 3 base Protoss. We're at the 14-minute and 56-second of the game, so very close encounters, and we haven't seen a crazy PvP like this on this map. I mean, usually games are very standard with both players getting armies, getting Silver Dude, getting Dark Temperer, and just start to move out and do some max army or well, I guess not max army, but just some big armies on each other. But rarely do we see this kind of air dominance and air focus from both the players. Looks like Snow is microing hard. Some Reavers get landed here once again on Normandy beach, but they get wiped out by the by the German reinforcement. If you take Shuttle to be the what's the counter for the Allies, the Axis, that's right. If Shuttle is the Axis and Snow is the Allies, and that was a major victory for our main man friend Hitler here. Adolf Hitler, that is Shuttle, that's right. He's holding his Germanic Empire from all corners and stopping any kind of UK reinforcements, UK and US reinforcement. But let's see what kind of balance we will have in the next few seconds. He looks like Snow is playing very cautious. It looks like a quadruple, a quadruple drop right here, but there's a lot of defending Reavers. These two Reavers are very close to each other, and Reavers attacking from the other side. And looks like Shadow picks up his Reaver very much on time. He's going to be able to destroy the rest of his enemy stuff, but reinforcement from Snow is once again just on time. These 3 Dragoons will be able to take out the rest of his enemies' remaining Dragoons, and also reinforcing Dragoons from the back. So this attack was not yet 100% successful, I think, from Shadow, but it did a lot of damage. If you look at the supply now, Shadow is ahead by about 7 to 10 supplies, so just a small supply advantage going to Shadow. He needs to defend though. His brand new base at the top left corner of the map is just online, and he needs to hold it, from any kind of excursion from Shadow, from Snow by air. Snow loads up triple Shadow. He's gonna go where? He's gonna reclaim the outside area of his expansion. This is very critical, and how the heck is Shadow allowed this? I mean, the game is so back and forth. I thought for sure Shadow's got the game in the back because he controlled the areas outside of his enemy's expansion, but that is not that is not the case anymore. Excuse me. And Snow is allowed to start to land troops on that area. He's gonna be able to soon land probes, and the next thing you know is gonna be what? Pylon, cannons, and gateways. So that is something that Shadow will need to stop ASAP, I think. But anyways, we have a small conventional army engagement in the middle here. Finally, for the first time this game, we have a kind of an engagement and attacks outside of the bases. Like, it's gonna be the first battle in the open field. It looks like for the time being, Snow gets pushed back, but he's gonna be having the high ground advantage. He's gonna be loading some Zealots into his Shadows to help defend with his Reavers and his Dragoons. Let's see if Shadow's gonna try to assault that area again. I don't think he can. He doesn't have the forces, I think, to assault the 4th base, and looks like Snow's gonna go up to 4 bases. Shadow is still on 3 bases, and how does he allow this to happen? I know that Shadow is a slower player in general, but allowing his enemy to go for 4 bases when getting boxed on this is, I think, is kind of unacceptable. And Shadow is getting pushed back. Some probes might get caught during the transfer, but everything is okay. Looks like the probe's gonna get attacked by the Scarab shot. This is a nice attack, but quadruple Shadow from Shadow is gonna go somewhere. I cannot even talk because everything is like a tongue twister. So yeah, it looks like the quadruple Shadows from Shadow is gonna land at the top position, and Snow Shadow's gonna try to reinforce, I think. But let's see, only, what is it, 4 Dragoons and a Reaver, but everything is gonna get destroyed. 1 Reaver down, 1 more Reaver will get destroyed. Need to destroy something. Okay, looks like double Reaver destroyed, I think, by Shadow there in that attack with the 18th and 43rd second of the game. Let's look at the supply wise. Shadow is around 122 and Snow is also around 122. So both players are eye for eye, teeth for teeth, nail for nail here, and it's gonna be once again Shadow who's on the defense, and Snow is gonna try to box himself in. So this is like, give him Snow gives Shadow a taste of his own medicine here. He says, you trying to box me in, I'm gonna box you in. And all of these forces are gonna get completely stuck here in the top left corner of the map. While Snow takes his own expansion, and yeah, and Shadow is still on 3 bases. Snow is on 4. What can Shadow do? I mean, if there's anything that he can win him back, it's gonna be just the air. I mean, just make Snow run around or fly around with his Shadows and attack, and then use the big army advantage in the middle of the map. It looks like Snow has already got his own big armies in the middle of the map, so it's not any kind of advantage, I think, going for Shadow if he tries to do some major army attack. Looks like we have some high tempers created by both the players. It is Observer from Shadow sees the right information, and Shadow is gonna try to send a single Shuttle out there for harassment, I think, but some observers are in position here for Snow. So let's see. Looks like the observers are not able to catch this Shuttle. The Shuttle gets dropped and double Reaver gets destroyed in an instant. This is horrible mistake here for Shuttle, and after that battle is over, looks like supply, Snow is up in supply for the first time, about 5 supply more than Shuttle. What can Shuttle do? He's gonna get completely boxed in from all sides. Look at the huge green lines in the middle, just kind of converging towards Shuttle's main base. Of course, Shuttle is still got a lot of high temperatures, so he's gonna be able to hold this. Yeah, this is another thing that we need to think about, which is that Shuttles have already transitioned into high temperatures, where Snow is still thinking about still stuck in Dragoons and Reavers. And of course, as you know, Dragoons and Reavers don't really scale well in the late game. And of course, Shuttle is the king of Dragoons and Reavers, so he will be feeling just fine. This pilot is gonna get destroyed from the low ground. A single Reaver get attacked as well. I think it was damaged. The Shuttle get destroyed, and the last Reaver is able to save itself. But that's gonna be the end. And this Forge is not. If this Forge gets uncancelled, unpowered, then the upgrades we need to get cancelled at some point. Looks like Snow is coming very close to the victory. Where the high temperatures, can they cast any storm? That's gonna be our questions here. The Forge gets focused upon, and that Forge is gonna die, I think, at some point. Very nice storm from the low ground. One more storm that target both the Shuttle and the Reavers, and for the time being, Snow has kind of back up a little bit. He's got so much supply with the 21st minute and 21st second of the game, and Snow is 155, Shuttle is 156 supply. Mind you, Shuttle's got a lot of forces stuck at the top left corner of the screen, just like Snow's got a lot of forces stuck inside his main. So both the players have to utilize the double APM, I guess, to kind of go out there and do some kind of attack. And the 5th base coming down for Snow. Snow is like expanding like a fiend. What can Shuttle do? Shuttle is gonna go for a nice storm drop. This is a beautiful move here, taking out all of the probes at the top club, and he's gonna retreat once again with his Shuttle and buy a little bit more time. That was a good attack. What can Snow do to prevent this? I mean, he's lost a lot of probes, and he will need to reuse his Shuttle to transfer probes towards that to the top base of the 12 club. But he's got a lot of bases everywhere though, so that's gonna be a good thing for him. That you know, Shuttle will need to fly to various places. Looks like Shuttle's decided to move out. He's got a lot of high temperatures. The Reavers from Snow are no much for high temperatures. Very good snipe though, and one more snipe on 2 high temperatures getting destroyed. How many more Reavers does Snow have? Snow still have 2 Reavers in the back, but Shuttle's got a lot of ground forces, and these high temperatures are doing a lot of beautiful storms. Those storms are so good, and the last of the Shuttle and the Reavers get destroyed. Morphing into Archon, we have a small battle here. That Shuttle get destroyed, and Reavers get sniped as well. Where's the rest of the ground forces? Looks like finally Shuttle decided to move out with so many forces. Zelle with lag. Dragoons, I think he's got no more high temperatures to support, so it's gonna be just the military, the small ground military. He looks like drop base for Snow. It's got no reinforcing probes here, and yeah, we have a small retreat here by Snow, going to the, you know, to the comfort of his natural. Does he have more reinforcements? He's got a lot of reinforcement there, so he's gonna be maybe feeling just fine. Where the high temper is gonna be the question that I have right now in my mind. Looks like Shuttle is still fighting hard. He's gonna try to push, and that is a beautiful storm. Pushing the rest of the Dragoons back, and more Dragoons coming from the low ground. This is a huge strong push from Shuttle. The Reaver from Snow is doing a lot of defensive work though, but the rest of the Dragoons from Snow get obliterated. And one more Reaver, a lot of units get stuck by Snow inside the main base because got not enough Shuttle to ferry things out. And this is what happens when you get boxed into this. You need to really move troops out by air, and he's gonna try to do just that. No, he's gonna try to pick up his Reaver and try to play a kind of a defensive mode here, hiding behind the comfort of the Nexus, but it's gonna be just a little bit too late. He's gonna be losing his last Shuttle and last Reaver. No, he still holds the area. Another storm though to storm the rest of the Dragoons. The rest of the probes, and the Shuttle get destroyed, but one more Shuttle, excuse me, gets produced by Snow, but just incessant snow here, incessant storm, excuse me, on the heads of Snow. I mean, it's just so many word that I cannot even remember exactly what it means. Anyways, more storm coming from Shuttle. We're at the 24th minute and 12-second mark on the game, and the game is gonna slowly swing into Shuttle's favor. He's got more supplies, got like 40 supply more than Snow here, because Snow is forced to kind of micro hard with his Shuttle and Reaver, whereas Shuttle can just like move everything, and it looks like Dragoons are getting stuck from the low ground, not the low ground but the inside ground here, and just attacking from the inside. Can the Scarabs move through the these destroyed something? That's going to be the question. So looks like two Dragoons come out. These high temperatures get to cast a storm. Looks like Shuttle's armies are kind of in various locations, not really grouping together. but maybe he doesn't need he doesn't need to actually do anything. He can just move right in, because now he's got a very huge supply advantage. He might decide to take the base also at the 6 o'clock position. Yeah, can Snow win? I mean, he needs to make more probes so that he can get more minerals. Snow's mineral is also kind of going very slow here, only 100 and 200 something, whereas Shuttle's floating a lot of minerals, got more than 1,000 minerals in the bank. Still more high temperature casting storm, and that Reaver from Shuttle's gonna do a lot of damage, and Snow is running out of shuttles, man. He's got very few shuttles, got only 1 shuttle, and the Nexus is falling, and once again the boxing has still completed. Shuttle is not expanded. Okay, looks like it's expanded to the 10 o'clock position. It's gonna have a fresh intake of minerals there, and that is going to be, I think, soon the end of the game, because there's no way Snow can get out unless he can pull some major miracle with like more a superb shuttle play. That's gonna be something we'd like to see in the next few seconds, but for the time being he's got just a single robo. Just a single robo is not enough. What can he do? And I mean, the problem with Shuttle though is that he needs to take out bases. He needs to take out the base at the 12 o'clock position. You need to find ways to get inside the 12 o'clock, the 3 o'clock position. Those kind of places would be something you need to think about. Looks like this kind of destroying slowly the centimeters at the 3 o'clock position, but some dragoons start to go there. Snow's got like just like 30 seconds to destroy the centimeter. Looks like it's gonna be triple shuttle to the flies in, and that base is gonna get destroyed. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be nearing the end. If you like the cast video, buy me a coffee or subscribe to my channel. And yeah, it's going to be another nice day with a nice game of Starcraft on Troy SE. And Shuttle doesn't disappoint. He's doing a lot of work, but this nice harassment from Snow is going to destroy the entire probe line at the 10 o'clock position. Does Shuttle care though? He's got just so much forces anywhere. And this Shuttle is from Snow. He's going to try to come in to get more points here. He's gonna try to score more harassments. These dragoons getting sniped. Where are the probes? The probes inside the main is gonna have to run for their lives, and beautiful maneuver by Snow, but is it enough? Is it enough? That's gonna be the question. And finally the Shuttle get chased down. Yeah, and this is not working out well for Snow. So we got 200 minerals. His mineral intake is going up very slowly. The 3 o'clock base have been destroyed as well. So Snow is down to just 2 functional bases. The one at the 12:30 and the one at the 12 position, and he's still microing hard. But microing is not what you need to do on the map Troy SC. You need macro, not just micro, and you need to find a way to move units out of your main. So that's gonna be the critical thing here. Anyway, Shuttle's trying to secretly move his forces once again, landing on Normandy Beach here in this small area wedge between his main and the 12:30 position. And let's see if Shuttle's gonna be able to discover it. But for the time being, Shuttle's controlling the entire map. We're at the 27-minute and 40-second of the game, and supply-wise, Shuttle is ahead by about 60 supply, very strong. And Snow is trying to come out with triple Shuttle. He need to find some ways to get back to this game, because it's gonna be impossible. Reaver gets landed here, but it's not gonna be successful, and Shuttle is not able to penetrate the base at 12 position. But Snow is down to just 2 bases. Very sad day for Snow here. Of course, one of the highest elo rated player in this year. Is going to be having a bad time against an upcoming returning ASL champion. Mind you, Shuttle was one of the ASL champion the first season when ASL was created, and of course many have said that it's kind of like an easy season because not a lot of players have returned from, I don't know, Starcraft 2 or military, something like that. So Shuttle has won a very nice and easy victory in the ASL. But anyways, it cannot count away from the fact that he's also a champion. He takes out the last of the shuttles of Snow here, and just a few dragoons remaining. After this battle is over, I'm quite sure that Snow is going to be GG. GG from Snow. Thanks for watching, and see you soon. Bye-bye.